For this video lesson, we'll cover some of the background image options that you have with the Generate Press theme. So here we are again in the customization area. We'll scroll down to background images this time. And here are all the areas where you can add a background image. For this website, I'm only going to be adding an image to one area, and that being this header section up here. But if you wish to, you can add an image to the body, which is the main big background that you'll see behind your content areas. You can also add one to the back of the navigation menus, both primary and if you do choose to have a secondary navigation menu, you can also put a background image there. Sub navigations as well. So if you were to have a drop down menu that came off of one of these links, you could put a background image behind that. The content, which is the area here for your blog posts, that's one that I definitely recommend you don't have a background image on, just because I like to keep the content nice and clear and easy to read for the visitors. You can also add images to the sidebar, so behind these little widget sections here. So instead of the background color, you can put an image in there. And then finally, you can also add one to this footer area here. However, the only one I like to have for these affiliate blog type of websites is one behind the background, behind the header here. So to do that, we'll come over to header. And we need to choose our image. So I've already prepared one. One thing you do need to know when adding images to your website are whether or not they are licensed for copyright or what copyright license they have. So there are several areas or several websites where you can get yourself some copyright-free images. One of them being unsplash.com, I think, just off the top of my head. Yep, there we go. So all of these websites here are, as it says, gifted by the community. So these are all free to use on your website. The problem with sites like this are that a lot of website owners will be using them because they're free. So not only are some of the images not the best, although Unsplash ones are pretty cool, but what you'll find are that these images will be all over the internet. So a lot of people will be using them already. So the same is the case with most stock images. However, the free ones obviously are going to be much more readily available. So what I do for all of my images or all of my stock images is use a company called Deposit Photos. So for this, you do have to sign up to a monthly plan, although you can sometimes find deals around the websites on image packs. So you'll get maybe 100 images for $50 or whatever. Like as I've just said, you do have to pay for these images, but you're paying for the license, so you don't have to worry about any kind of copyright indiscretions there. I'll leave the link, as always, to this and some of the other tools in the lesson notes. Just to give you a rough idea of this, though. So this is in pounds. You'll have to convert it to dollars if you're not in the UK. But you've got this monthly plan here for £23, which gives you 30 images a month, so 79 pence per image. Or you can do year-long subscriptions, longer or larger monthly subscriptions, on-demand images, which works out quite a lot more expensive. So what I've done in the past is just gone for this £75 or 75 images month to month plan, and kind of cancelled it once I've used enough images or got enough images. But it's up to you what you do with this. But it's recommended. It's a good way to get your images. And then once I have my images, I then edit them in this tool here, canva.com. Now this one again has a free version and a paid version. The paid version just gives you much more options. So this is the image that I've chosen. So all I did with this, got my image from Deposit Photos. Get rid of that. Chose the size that I wanted in Canva, edited the image so it fit, and then I've put a filter on top and added my logo to it. So really, really straightforward, very basic, but it's a nice tool to use. So that's canva.com if you want a quick and easy image editor. So once I've got my image, come over to here, select image, And I've already uploaded it, but there it is. So choose that one. Okay, there we go. It inserts it automatically into the header. So once that's in, you've got a few options here. You don't want to repeat it, you just want it stretched right across. 100% width, I will select that because again, I want it to go all the way across this header area. And then here, 4 options. Attachment, which just fixes the image so it scrolls along with your page. Then you've got fixed, which sticks it to the background so that your page scrolls above the image. So you can see here, all of your headers or menus and content scroll above it. And you've got these other 2 options, which gives me a chance to talk about this kind of FAQ area for Generate Press, because I couldn't remember what local and inherit were. So all I did was came over to the Generate Press website, over to the help arrow, and then clicked on documentation. And here's a huge database of descriptions and instructions for all of the different things you can edit with Generate Press. So all I did was come over here, searched what I wanted to know, and that was background images. And then I found this background images overview section, and that just describes or gives an explanation for each of the different options that are available for background images. So you can see down here, the local setting means that image is going to scroll along with the elements or the contents inside that element. We don't have any, so it won't do much for us. Same with inherit. It inherits the properties from its parent element. Again, we're not using a parent element, so those 2 won't really make any difference for us. But I just thought it was nice to show you this. So if you ever do have any queries with any of the options inside Generate Press, just bring yourself over to their website and head to the help section, and you should be able to find an answer for what you're looking for. So just go ahead and close those. And back to this header image. What you'll notice, obviously, is the logo that I've got here is no longer necessary. I put the logo in the image, so now I don't really need this one. So what I'm going to do, head back to our site identity tab, remove this logo, and I'll get rid of it from the picture. But what it's also done is pulled this navigation menu up because we no longer need the space for the logo. So to drag that back down, come back again, head over to our layout tab, and then header. What you've got here is the header padding, so that's the space either side of the header area. So what we want to do is add some to the, not the right, the bottom. So that will pull that down. So if we go 200, that should be enough. And I'm also going to just hide these controls to see what it looks like when it stretches out. Perfect, that's fine. And there we have it. We've got our header image in. We've pulled the menu down so that the image is visible or more visible. And we can also check, it shouldn't show up on that one. Perfect. So on our mobile versions, we selected earlier not to have any image in there, just the mobile menu. Perfect. So that's our header image done. Go back to the desktop. And now, just to end this video, I'll take you to the next section because it's really small. It's this general section here, just to cover it. We won't be changing anything in here, but there's just 2 options. You can cache all of your CSS custom styles. Just makes your website perform a lot better. So we'll keep that option. And then you've got this one here, which we're not going to use, smooth scroll. All that does, if you were to have anchor links on your page, which is kind of a menu up here, and the link or the destination for the link further down your page, what would happen is you'd click terms and conditions, and usually it would just jump you straight to the terms and conditions page if you had these anchor links set up. However, with smooth scroll, what you could do is set it so that as the visitor clicks on the link, instead of jumping abruptly to the destination, it would scroll down and then just stop wherever it was that you set your anchor link to. However, we're not using anchor links. That's more for people who have those kind of 1-page websites